Everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to present today. My name is Melody, and I'm excited to walk you through the Executive Planning Day. My goal over the next 10 minutes is to provide you with insights that will inform key decisions and support our strategic planning moving forward. So, just to give a gist of my company's background, Multidisciplinary Digital Publishing Institute, as known as MDPI, is in a book and periodical publishing industry with 11 to 50 employees. It is established in February 2021 and Singapore is the Asia Pacific Regional Center of MDPI. It is a pioneer publisher that focuses on open access journals. So these are the key contents that I'll be covering for today. Firstly, we have macroeconomy and business cycles. So we have gross domestic product as known as GDP. It is defined as the total dollar market value of all goods and services produced within a given period within the borders of a country, hence the term domestic. Next, we have inflation, which is another lagging indicator. It is the weighted average price rise of goods and services over a specified period of time. And lastly, we have unemployment rate. It measures the percentage of the labor force that is actively seeking employment but is unable to find work, reflecting the health of the job market. So when these measures change, they provide critical insights into the stage of the business cycle we are in. For example, when GDP growth is strong, unemployment typically decreases, signaling an expansion phase. However, if inflation rises too quickly, it can indicate an economy that's overheating, possibly leading to a recession. So understanding this cycle can help us to align our business strategies to economic conditions, allowing us to make informed decisions on investments, hiring, and resource allocation. Next, I'll be going through tariffs and trade wars. So a tariff is a tax imposed on imported goods and services, making them more expensive in the importing country. When the United States imposes a tariff on exports from Singapore, it increases the price of Singaporean goods in the US market, and this affects both demand and supply, leading to changes in trade volume. So this graph illustrates the impact of imposing tariffs on imports, showing changes in price, quantity, consumer surplus, producer surplus, as well as government tax revenue. So as shown in the graph, the vertical axis represents price, and the horizontal axis represents quantity of the traded good. The downward sloping line is the demand curve representing consumer demand. And there are three supply curves. Firstly, we have domestic S, referring to domestic supply, is what local producers can supply. Next, we have free trade S, referring to world supply. It is the price before tariffs, showing unrestricted imports. And lastly, we have tariffs S, referring to new supply with tariff. It is the new supply curve after the tariffs is applied. So before the tariff, the market operates at free trade equilibrium, where supply and demand intersect at free trade price and free trade quantity. At this stage, imports are the difference between the quantity supplied domestically and the total quantity demanded. Consumers benefit from lower prices and trade volume is high. And now, let's see what happens when a tariff is imposed. Firstly, price increases. The new equilibrium moves to taxes P, meaning consumers must now pay more. Quantity of imports decreases as well, since the new quantity traded is now at tariffs Q, meaning fewer goods are imported. Domestic producers benefit from this as well, since imported goods are more expensive, local producers can sell more, hence increasing their producer surplus, as shown in the yellow area. Government revenue increases as the tariff generates tax revenue, as shown in the pink area for the government, calculated as the tariff per unit multiplied by the new import quantity. So, in summary, tariffs raise prices, reduce trade, benefit domestic producers, and generate government revenue, but they also reduce consumer surplus and overall market efficiency. This can lead to deadweight loss, meaning some economic activity is lost due to reduced trade. All in all, tariffs can help protect domestic industries, but they often come at the cost of higher prices and lower efficiency. Now, let's go through behavioral economics versus traditional economics. Firstly, we have behavioral economics. It helps to explain why people may choose unhealthy food options even when they recognize the benefits of healthier choices. Next, traditional economics assumes that individuals are fully rational, always making decisions based on careful consideration of costs and benefits. However, behavioral economics challenges this assumption by acknowledging that people often make choices that are not purely rational due to cognitive biases, emotions, social influences, as well as other psychological factors. So, we will be talking more about behavioral economics. Let's explore why people often make choices that go against their long term interests, such as choosing unhealthy food options even when they might prefer to eat healthier. Unhealthy foods like fast food or sugary snacks offer instant gratification, while the benefits of healthier options are delayed. And this makes it harder for people to resist the temptation of unhealthy foods, even if they know that a healthier diet would be beneficial in the long run. And by understanding these biases, businesses can design interventions such as nudges that encourage healthier choices without taking away freedom of choice. And now we will be going through generative AI and labor market inequality. Generative AI has the potential to shape inequality in the labor market in different ways depending on how it is integrated and how workers, firms, and governments respond. So, in a scenario where generative AI reduces inequality, through increased productivity, better information availability, and lowered entry barriers for less qualified individuals, generative AI helps to lessen income and wealth inequality. And by helping people with activities that would often require greater abilities or knowledge, generative AI may empower workers with less experience, and AI-driven technologies, for instance, might make creative jobs such as marketing or design more accessible to a larger variety of workers by enabling people to generate high-quality outputs with less training. And as seen in the graph, the labor supply shifts left from S1 to S2. This suggests that fewer workers are available in the job market, and causes may be retirement or economic shifts. Wages increase from W1 to W2, where employers must pay more to attract workers due to scarcity. Employment decreases from Q1 to Q2 since fewer workers are available. Firms may hire fewer employees, hence, labor market supply shrinks. And before the shift, there was more labor supply leading to a surplus. Now, firms struggle to fill positions, creating potential productivity challenges. In a scenario where generative AI increases inequality, assumptions made are new polarization in the workforce, where high-skilled workers benefit from AI, while low-skilled workers see stagnant wages or job losses. Hence, a winner-takes-all dynamic emerges, favoring AI experts and tech professionals, as well as AI substitutes rather than augments human labor, where AI automates tasks in a way that displaces workers, especially in lower-skilled jobs, and companies replace human labor with AI to reduce costs. And the mechanism used is job displacement, where generative AI could automate tasks previously performed by workers in lower skilled jobs, particularly in sectors like customer service, logistics, and manufacturing. This could lead to a significant job losses for lower skilled workers without a clear pathway to new employment opportunities. As shown in the graph, there's a shift in labor supply. The rightward shift of the supply curve from S1 to S2 indicates that more workers are available in the market. This could be due to automation allowing more workers to enter less technical jobs. There is an effect on wages and employment as the wages drop from W1 to W2 because of higher competition for jobs. Employment increases from Q1 to Q2 as more labor is demanded at lower wage rates. However, Q3 to Q2 represents a surplus of labor as not all workers will be employed at W2. So in the next 5 years, the most likely situation will be a combination of the two. AI will increase employment creation in certain fields while displacing jobs in others. Although accessible AI technologies may eventually assist lower skilled individuals, high skilled professionals will first gain more. And governments will be crucial since inequality might rise in the absence of proactive measures such as universal AI training and job transition programs. In the long term, the impact of generative AI on inequality may demand largely on government intervention, corporate responsibility, and the pace of technological adoption. Policy solutions such as introducing policies that address the negative impacts of automations, such as UBI, retraining programs, or AI taxes on corporations that benefit disproportionately from automation. And companies that adopt generative AI could play a role in reducing inequality by providing access to AI tools for their employees or ensuring that automation leads to better conditions for workers rather than job displacement. Over time, as generative AI tools become more affordable and accessible, however, this will require conscious efforts to ensure that the benefits of AI are distributed equitably. And this concludes the end of my presentation. Thank you for your time.